Hello everyone and welcome to the beautiful Pepsi Arena, home to the Quincy University Hawks. I'm your anchor today, Tony Lundy. Riding shotgun with me is Ryan Capps. Ryan, how are we feeling?
Oh, I feel really great today. I'm really excited for this matchup as Quincy's been on kind of a hot streak recently, I think they're going for their 16th win in a row here in Pepsi Arena, so it's going to be electric on their side. We'll see how well Maryville can kind of bounce back from they just had a winning streak that was snapped recently in the previous game.
Absolutely. And to just give a little rundown of what's been going on with this previous matchup, dating back to 2010, these teams have a 12-12 record against one another. The last matchup came December of 2023, where the Hawks would win that game 66-53. The Hawks are 6-5 against the Saints when they're playing in Pepsi Arena. And the last time that the Saints won was in 2022, and they were home with a win by 4.
And like we mentioned, Quincy is coming in this game at 21-5, so they're kind of riding the hot streak here, going for their 16th win in a row. And right now they're scoring around 77 points per game, holding opponents to only 65.8 points per game. So they're having a big differential there. And they're also winning the rebound battle by a significant amount, as they're averaging about 45.5 rebounds a game and only holding teams to 32.5 rebounds a game. So that's a big factor in this game. And some key players to watch are going to be Kamira Williams, as she's averaging 10.6 points a game, and then she's having almost 10 rebounds a game. So that's a big factor in their offense and defense there. And she has 25 total blocks on the season. So it's not easy scoring in the paint against her. And then, of course, you have to mention Nicole McDermott, as she's averaging 15.3 points per game, which is the lead for the Hawks. And she also is shooting 46% from the field on an astounding 41% from 3, while she's only taken around 53 attempts. That's still an insane eclipse there. And she's also averaging 6.7 rebounds a game. So there are going to be 2 players from Quincy that you're going to want to watch out for.
And as for Maryville comes in with a 11-14 record, 9-8 in the conference. They're currently sitting 8th in the GLVC, looking to claim that last spot for the tournament with a few games left. They're sitting a half game ahead of Upper Iowa, and they need to get the win here tonight. They're on a 3-game losing streak heading into today's matchup. They're currently sitting 5th in the GLVC for scoring, so it's kind of weird to see that 11-14 record. They have a 2.6 point margin, even though they're 11-14. They're shooting 32% from downtown, which sits 3rd in the GLVC, as well as a 2.36 turnover margin, which ranks 1st in the GLVC. And they're also 1st in the GLVC for points off of turnovers. They are a very pass-heavy team, as they rank 1st as well for assists. Some key players to watch out are Gracie Stewart. She's averaging about 10 points a game, which is 3rd on the team, but she has 8.3 rebounds a game, which sits 6th in the GLVC. She is a hustle rebounder, as she's only sitting at 5'7", and she's putting up some pretty impressive defensive numbers, as she has 57 steals, which is 2nd in the GLVC. And then the second person to look out for is Claire Rake. She's shooting 39% from the field, averaging 11.2 points per game, which is 2nd for Maryville, and she's shooting 35.6% from downtown. So you could definitely see her out there. But Ryan, what do you think the Hawks need to do to get this win here tonight?
I think they just need to continue to play team basketball. I think that's really what set them apart and allowed them to go on this win streak. It's just how well they kind of play together and play around each other. While usually you'll see a team that has kind of one person who's out in the 20 points per game margin, and then everyone else kind of like dials down from there. Well, Quincy has around 3 people who are all like really grouped together, so they just play around each other really well, which may have had to do with that trip that they took to Hawaii, as they haven't lost a game since coming back from that trip. So maybe it was a good team bonding experience that allowed them to just play better as a team.
Yeah, and for Maryville, I think they just need to control the pace of the game. They do lead the GLVC in that turnover margin and points off of turnovers, so I think that's the key factor. And they just need to keep shooting those shots downtown. That seems to be what they're best at, and maybe they'll come out with the win here today. But thank you for tuning in to the QUTV game day here on the GLVC Sports Network, as we will go on to preview the men's basketball matchup following this game. I'm Tony Lundy, alongside me, Ryan Capps, signing out.